Hey, it's a show time. Oh, let me close that door. All right. I got my Transformer shirt. All right. I'm horrible at being prepared. So just a few minutes ago, I was writing down the topics that I wanted to talk about for this live stream. I'm using StreamYard, so if you see the powered by StreamYard duck up there, that duck is great. He's cool. Let me type in the chat just to see. Hello. Is there anybody there? That's from The Descent. I didn't share this live stream. I was going to post it on Facebook, but like I've said before, I'm bad at planning, so I didn't do that. Hopefully, I'm thinking this is probably going to go on for longer than an hour. Last time I cut myself short, but let's see how it goes with this. I like this. I was trying out StreamYard, and it's okay. It's pretty cool. I like it. I could do things like share my screen. So basically, I wrote down what I'm gonna do. My light's not letting you see any of my notes, but I'm gonna do my toy haul. The toy topic for today is gonna be the cost of making a figure. I wanted Daniel Arsenault and Aaron Archer to talk about it on the Transformers Slag podcast, but he didn't know what I was talking about. But if he's not watching this, if he is watching this, this is what I was talking about. And then finally, the last thing is I put in the comments of the video, new topic, Dear Hasbro. This is something that I've always thought of. A lot of people think of this, but the thing is, I'm going to put it out here. Most people, most creative types, I'm going to sneeze. I don't know where the dust is coming from. Most creative companies like Marvel Comics or Hasbro, or maybe like Paramount Pictures, they don't have the submission. They don't take submissions. Like if you have a great idea, they don't want you to tell them, because then when you come up with your idea, they could get in trouble. I'm gonna put up a comparison, because sometimes people don't get it. I like Jesus because he would use parables. So way back when, I believe J. Michael Straczynski went to Paramount and he pitched Babylon 5 to them. He was like, look, this space station in space and war and rah, rah. And Paramount was like, nah, we don't want your idea, bro. So he left. And what did they do? You guessed it. No, you probably didn't guess it. They came up with Deep Space Nine, which is a space station in space with battles. And Michael Straczynski was like, oh, you stole my idea. Ah! But the behind the scenes, maybe Ron Moore and Ira Stephen Bear were already like pitching something like that. I would chalk this up to great minds think alike. Like the Proto Man wants to think that Slag and Daniel being together is like a homage to his podcast. Well, I don't think it is. But great minds think alike. Maybe it is. So Dear Hasbro is going to be based on that. I'm going to draw out creative ideas, and I'm going to pitch people to do the same, like in the comments or maybe in the live stream. And we'll do that with the caveat that if Hasbro decides to do something like that, like what we are drawing out, the phrase is going to be great minds think alike. Not, they stole my idea. You get it? If it's an idea that you don't want stolen, 100% do not steal. Don't bring it up. Don't mention it. It's like submitting your creative character, like the character that, let's say you're working for IDW or Marvel Comics or DC, and you come up with a character, and you introduce that character into their continuity, but then you're like, I'm taking my character with me, and they're like, you created that thing for us, that's ours. So if you don't want it to be 100% stolen, then don't mention it. But I have a couple of ideas I want to pitch to Marvel. I mean, not to Marvel, to Hasbro. Anyway, I was trying to always start the podcast, because I'm gonna rip the audio. I'm saying podcast. I always wanted to try the starting this live stream event at 10 o'clock. But last time I was here at 10, a review spot was like, oh, it's late. I gotta go to sleep. So I'm like, maybe I should start a little earlier. I think 9:30 is okay. I was preferring 9:45, but I guess like with Radio Free Cybertron, they have their pre-show where they just talk, they make sure everything's running, and then they start the show. It's 9:37 right now, but I'm not gonna be like, let me wait till 9:45 and then we'll start, because there's no one here. I could see that I have 2 viewers. It's probably I'm using my phone, which this is going to be trippy. If you've ever seen the movie Project Almanac, the neck marker scene. So this is me on live stream, and I'm delayed. You see? So it's probably me and somebody else watching. But whoever you are, thank you, sir. You are a saint or a saintess. Well, all right. So to begin, I'm going to start with the toy haul. A few live streams back, I did mention about like getting discount closeout stores and getting toys, and I mentioned like how I got some stuff from Burlington. There's a local store here in New York City. I know when people are like, "Oh my gosh, I found this guy at Ross, yay!" and I'm like, I don't have Ross over here, so I don't care, Go dance, go outside and dance out, go and dance outside your house, because there's no Rosses near me. Ross is East Coast, like, I think not East Coast, West Coast, Southern chain. So you finding Astro Train or Soundwave, that makes me go, and that makes me gnash my teeth. No, it doesn't. Basically, what it makes me go is I say the closeout stores around here are going to get them. They might not get the same thing, but they'll eventually get reduced priced Siege product. Burlington Coat Factory has carried COG and Six Gun for about $13.99. Marshalls and TJ Maxx, they're both so owned by the same company, but Marshalls will carry one thing and TJ Maxx will carry the other. I found at TJ Maxx, I found Chromia and what's his name? Chromia and Skytread. Is it Skytread? Yeah, I found Chromia and Skytread at TJ Maxx, and I found Brunt and Rotostorm at Marshalls. But I've never found a Brunt at TJ Maxx or a Chromia at Marshalls. It's like, it's weird. So I decided, you know what? It's getting close to Thanksgiving. At the end of every month, like after I'd pay the rent, I'd go to these closeout stores and see if they got anything. I don't like. It frustrates me whenever my brain tells me go every day. You don't know if they have something new. So what I was doing with the closeout stores, I was like, let me wait each month and see if they got anything. Last month I went and they had nothing. The month before, nothing. And I went on Monday and I found this beautiful beast. This is, for the audio listeners, this is Galaxy Optimus Prime from the Siege line. And how much did this bad boy set me back? You won't be able to see it, but I'll tell it to you because you're on a podcast. He costs $20 for a liter Galaxy Optimus Prime. You know the crazy thing about it? That's all they had. They didn't have no other leaders. They didn't have Astor Train. They didn't have Ultra Magnus. They didn't have Shockwave. So I'm like looking at this flood of Galaxy Primes and I'm like, I think I got screwed. Because I bought two. I opened the one for the collection, one to customize. And it's a bad figure. I watched Bolt Matrix's review of it to transform him into his fire truck. At least Ultra Magnus is like this tube. He becomes this pipe that you could bash over someone's head if you got angry enough. But what he converts into is like it wants to be a fire truck. And it got wheels where there shouldn't be wheels. There's like wheels here in the middle. Yeah. And I don't know. He's not great. $20 great, yes. But if I paid $50 for him, I'd be tearing my hair out. He's not cool. The only good thing about him is that when IDW and Hasbro rebooted the comic universe, his base form is basically Cybertron Optimus, but he doesn't look good as a base form either. He looks like Energon Optimus or Fatimus Prime, as Bolt Matrix mentioned. But $20, awesome. $50, not so awesome. I pre-ordered these guys. This is the Biosphere guys. Cloud Raker and Fast. Why am I blanking on their names? I guess I'm tired or something. But it's the Autobot clones. I'm not gonna try. I'm blanking. I'm getting confused with Fast Track, the guy who's supposed to turn into Scorponok's weapon. I know one is Cloud Raker because, like Moonraker, the James Bond movie, he's the Cloud Raker guy. But the other guy, the car, he's the guy that I needed because I have a Walgreens that's like a few blocks away. Walgreens/Dwayne Reed. And I picked up the Wingspan and Cloud Raker box set from Titans Return. These guys are the first Amazon pre-order that I got. A lot of people have gotten their Ironhide and Prow or their Ratchet and Lifeline. And that name only reminds me of the G.I. Joe Lifeline, but hey, what's up? Verdict 7, yeah. Some people showed up in my chat. Yay! So Verdict 7 is asking that he's telling me he's still waiting me to transform some new Transformers, and review spot is here. I've opened the boxes, a lot of boxes. This box is open. So these guys, the clones, it's me, my clone. It's the 6th day of the clone, yeah. The clones, they're okay. I just needed the car, whose name I'm blanking on. But they're okay. They're simple. They're Titans Returns toys, which are like maybe 4 or 5 years old. Oh, me? I'm the legend? Thanks. So it's okay. It's not the first pre-order that I've wanted. A review spot just said the legend is doing another live stream, and I'm like, me, the legend? It just made me think of the new YouTube guidelines or something. I guess I'll come back to that. YouTube rules, I guess. I'm blanking out. So these guys are cool, but not the first pre-order. But this is, like I said, this is my first Amazon pre-order of anything I've ever pre-ordered, so it works, I guess. I don't trust pre-orders. I still don't. I'll never forgive them for the death of my son. It's a Captain Kirk quote. Just so people don't think my kid got killed. I don't have kids. So pre-orders are weird because like it's 1985. Another YouTuber, he said you don't get charged for the pre-order until it ships, which I thought beforehand. Before doing pre-orders, I thought you would do a pre-order and they take the money, which I think might be a better way to go, but I don't know. I guess, yeah. Well, you can trust me, but not most of the internet, not the dark web. Verdict 7 said I don't trust the internet. So pre-orders, the only place I'm pre-ordering from now, I have the Ironhide and Prow. I have the Punch Counterpunch Punch and Barricade set pre-ordered. I have the Ratchet and Lifeline pre-ordered. And those are Amazon exclusive because Amazon doesn't have a brick and mortar store. It's not like I'm going to pre-order Sideswipe. I mean, pre-order like Sunstreaker, and then he shows up in the store and my pre-order is like, hey, I'm still here, I'm gonna ship, and I'm like, I got the pre-order, I don't need to buy the one in the store. Only Amazon exclusives and Hasbro posts. I have a pre-order for the Breakdown and the Viacon. That's it. That's coming out next year. So those are the only pre-orders. I don't I don't like the most of the Amazon pre-orders that have come out, and the new X Jet that come. It's a collaboration, Transformers X-Men. I don't like the design of it, and it's too much. It's just 60, $70, I think, because it's a leader toy. So I don't trust pre-orders. Only for Amazon or Hasbro Post, but like I haven't pre-ordered Trust or Runabout. I'm sure that they're gonna show up on either in store. Runabout's been showing up in stores, so, but he has a release date, which is good. I like, of 12/1, which is, if you've listened to me, Verdict 7 says that he got the best Ironhide without pre-ordering a long time ago, and it has a blue face, Hasbro exclusive. I'd have to check TF Wiki to see about that one. But so Runabout is showing up at Target, and I'm sure sooner or later Dress is going to show up. Release date December 1st. And like I said, Hasbro does have a release date for their Transformers. It's usually December 1st, then April 1st, and then July 1st. And so that's how it goes. It's a shame if you find a toy and you can't even buy it, but they should let people know. I mean, they do. Sometimes like if you go on the pre-orders on Amazon, they'll say this is scheduled to ship this date, December 6th or whatever. So that's good. I like having dates. So this is my first thing that I was talking about, my toy haul. $20, Galaxy Optimus Prime. Closeout store here in New York. Amazing savings. I did announce on my community tab and on my Facebook page that these guys are in stock at Walmart. This is the Red series. I got Soundwave, Superior, Shartimus Prime. He didn't like these guys. He put up the picture of the foamy figures that I used, the Soundwave. That Soundwave looks great, but he has no articulation. And I have the Megatron and Optimus. So he was using them, and he used them for like the picture of his video. And he's like, "Oh, people didn't notice that they weren't the red figures." But I'm a big fan of Transformers that don't transform. The first time this happened, Verdict is asking, anyone got Generations Ironhide with a blue face? And I'm like, I don't remember. If you're talking about the red Ironhide that had the blue windows from Universe, maybe. Are you talking about Combiner Wars? I didn't notice if he had a blue face. But going on with the red figures, the first time I saw a Transformer that didn't transform was the movie Replicas way back in Revenge of the Fallen. And I don't like the design of the Bayverse figures, of Bayverse characters. Yeah, I mean, if you like the Bayverse, that's your speed. But my quote that I'll probably put at the beginning of my videos is like, I don't like broccoli, but it's okay if you do. I'm not going to hate on you if you like the Bayverse or broccoli. So, so Shartimus didn't like these guys, but I haven't opened them, but I've wanted the IDW designs in figures that didn't transform, because most Ultra Magnus from IDW, the before times IDW, he looked awesome. The Combiner Wars figure looks awesome. But when you transform him into a truck, it's like, not so awesome. So having a non-transforming Ultra Magnus would be great. Flame Toys, they do it and they make it look great, but the price is too much. I'm not paying $300 for an action figure. I'm not rich. Maybe if they sent it to me, like, hey, here's a review sample you could keep, I'll be like, okay, I love it. It's great. Everybody buy it, but I got it for free. So I got Soundwave, got Megatron, and I got Optimus. I'm going to complain about the packaging. I thought it was like the Siege packaging, which has like it's a 90-degree angle here, but a slant here. But basically the red packaging is I believe it's a rhombus. Has angles on both ends. I'm just baffled because now when you stack them, maybe, when you pack them in a box, they go great together like this when you put angle to angle. But I don't know. I think it's tougher to package them and put them away if you're like a mint on card collector. But I'm going to open these guys. I might get extra ones. I believe they're still in stock. Let me use the power of StreamYard and and to check Walmart right now. Wait, all right, I gotta open the tab first. The power of Walmart, which is horrible because Walmart sucks. I got the figures now, but they're horrible. All right, here we go. All right, you see, now I'm going to make it full screen. Wow. So basically, Soundwave is still in stock. That means the other guys are probably also in stock. Here's Megatron. Yeah, he's in stock. And I always like to know that it's shipping from Walmart. Like if it's shipping from another seller, that's like you see this Megatron here, 7588. That's from somebody else. That's not from Walmart. They still have Blaster. It looks like he went down in price, and they have Optimus over here. So yeah, they're still in stock. So Walmart is great online, but if I went to the physical store, I'm sure I wouldn't find any of this. I'd go and see pegs empty looking at me. It seems to me that in these trying times of COVID-19, shopping online is the best way to go. That's probably why a lot of stores are getting exclusives. Like, whenever something new comes out, like the new Ectotron, it's like, oh, it's a Target exclusive, and everyone's like, ah. It's because stores stocking the stores, it's tough. So that was one of the last things that I got. The final thing, it hasn't arrived, but I did post that the Netflix spoiler pack. Let me. Here it is. So this guy is still in stock. I was debating whether I should buy it or not because it's just just a siege. Let me see. It's just a siege Optimus painted black with a Earthrise trailer, and the siege design has kind of like Grieb. It's still kind of Griebly for Optimus. I've, eh, my mind's clashing because I don't know why they would use the Siege Optimus with the Earthrise trailer. They're probably gonna make a black Earthrise Optimus in a single pack, like the Netflix Optimus, and then the fans are gonna be like, ah, and I'll be like, oh. So I got this. I got the spoiled pack. It's on its way. It's supposed to show up on Monday. So that's about it for my toy hauls. A Verdict 7 says Walmart is the best. Most Transformers are sold there. Hey Green, what's up? I see you. Hey Joker, OG _15. Hello. Walmart, they're questionable. I think the one thing that I've heard about Walmart is Walmart will strong arm manufacturers into like cheaper prices. Like what happened to the spoiler pack with Ultra Magnus. Walmart had it for like 60. The first one that I got, it was like 75. I kept tabs on the Walmart website, and and it showed up in stock, and I bought it, and I was like, yay, I got it. But then he showed up. He's still on Big Bad Toy Store for $35, which is a good price. And I got an extra one to customize. But Walmart was like, we don't want any more of your stupid Netflix Ultra Magnus. So take that junk and get out of here. So they strong armed them. And I think with the spoiler pack, it's supposed to be on Hasbro Pulse also. So I guess whenever they sell out of what they got, they're like, we don't want any more of that junk. Plus, I don't think from the Earthrise trailer, I don't think Nemesis Prime is going to be showing up. If you think about it, the first spoiler pack with Ultra Magnus, Rung didn't show up. So why is that a spoiler pack? And I'm sure in the trailers, Ultra Magnus was front and center. It wasn't like, oh, surprise, Ultra Magnus. The only surprise I think people got was that Jetfire had a blade. And everyone's like, oh, Jetfire's blade. But everything after that, maybe Alpha Trion being in there. Well, Alpha Trion's protocols. But besides that, there was nothing like shocking. Like, oh, look, it's Elita 1. We knew that. So the trailer for Earthrise is probably showing us all the characters that are going to be in there. And I doubt Nemesis Prime is going to show up with a trailer. I think yesterday, the next thing I have here on my topic, YouTube decided to update their something. I think it's like terms, YouTube terms, but a lot of people are freaking out. I looked at the email and I was like, by 2021 you have to do something. So I went onto YouTube and I saw a couple of YouTubers complaining about it. Basically, YouTube is doing like Oprah and saying, you get ads, and you get ads, and you get ads, and you get ads. It looks like for next year, 2021, whether you're monetized or not, your video is going to show up with ads. So prepare to use ad blocker, everybody, because it's going to be ads galore. It's going to be ads on parade. Hey, look at me. YouTube sucks. I think last week they sent out a message that they were going to start your Google Photos account. It's for 15 gigabytes free. I have like 12 gigabytes. But it's supposed to be unlimited upload if you just upload the file as is. If you want it high quality, you have to like pay more for storage. But now they're saying that if you upload more than 15 gigabytes, doesn't matter which quality, you're going to have to start paying for storage. And that sucks. That made me think if they want, and this would be horrible, they could tell everybody, yo, look, YouTube, if you have more than like 1 terabyte of videos, a terabyte is a lot. But I haven't been making as much content as other people. Yeah. Verdict 7 says, with ad blocker, I like YouTube. They need to make ad blocker for smartphones. Yeah, they do. It kind of sucks, those ads. I'll be watching a video and then poof. Because the ad placement is kind of weird how you do it. I think you're supposed to put in the time code. Some people know how to do it. They'll make like a break, like Red Letter Media will like make a break. So I guess that's where the ad will be. But most people like me, it's like, hey, I'll put the ad here. So I'll be talking and then I'll get cut out by an ad for soap or something. Well, it's going to be horrible if Google decides to start charging for video storage on YouTube. That's going to suck. But I can see it coming. If they're already doing this, I can see it coming down the aisle. So with that out of the way, let me go to my toy topic. The toy topic that I want to talk about is the cost of making action figures. I've seen too many people complain, and that makes me gnash my teeth like I'm in hell. They complain about things like, where's my things? Like the toys. I guess this, you're here, Optimus. This is a Legend Optimus from like 5 Family Dollar. This isn't Core Optimus. They'll complain about things like, why isn't the windows painted? Or you could have added a little bit more and given him articulation somewhere. Or painted his fist. And I'm like, dum-dum, all that is money. Everything that you're asking for is money. You see that Optimus, that Rodimus, that hot rod that we're supposed to be getting in Studio Series? He's Voyager class, but he's actually a deluxe action figure with accessories. That's money. Everything that goes into a figure is money. That's why when you get Yoda, Baby Yoda, or Maz Kanata, or Rocket Raccoon, you got this little action figure, and he has to be surrounded by accessories because they can't sell you a little action figure and say, this is a Voyager. You're going to pay $20. They have to make the cost. You know, like this little guy, right now he's showing up in closeout stores around here. There's a closeout store called Lot Less. He's like $3.99. So if they wanted to make him $10, I think that was his original price. Like, what is it? But Big Lots. I'm like Best Lots, Big Buy. Big Lots would have these guys, I think, for like $5, $7. That's a lot. But so that's the topic. I want to let people know that everything in the figure goes up to its cost. This guy is $50, despite the little action figure being a Voyager size. He's a leader because he comes with extra stuff. Oh, this is money. This gun, that's more money. So quit your bitching. Just realize what's going on. You want more paint apps? That's money. So basically, from what I understand, the cost of making a figure, the topic is about the planning. Usually, I've heard with action figures, with regular action figures like these guys, this is just a action figure. It's a 1 year planning. So this guy was developed a year ago, and he came out now. With transforming figures, it's 2 years that it takes. So even though everyone's waiting for waiting for Kingdom, Hasbro already knows what's going to come out the next year. They're already working on that. They're developing it. That's why Unicron was done last year, but they had a. He was crowdfunded last year, but they already had the plans. That's why whenever they do a fan vote, it's like, hey, look, Run Amok, or this guy, I forgot who it was. I think it was Scrapno, Run Amok, and Needle Nose. But they're like, hey, look, it's Run Amok. He was already planned. And with those fan votes, I don't think the audience has the sway. Maybe they let Hasbro know who's first, but when the Titans were like, it was like Scorponok, Trypticon, and Omega Supreme. Which one do you want first? Everyone voted for Trypticon. I didn't vote for Trypticon. I voted for Scorponok. But Trypticon won, and they made him first. And then I guess, runner-up was Omega Supreme. They made Omega Supreme, and then they made Scorponok, which I'm glad he's an original mold. And I was fearing that he'd be like a Omega Supreme remode, but he's original. So they already know. They've planned these action figures a year to 2 years in advance. So when I say something like, I wish they could turn that Studio Series Hot Rod into Rodimus, they're not going to do that from one day to another. They probably already thought about it because great minds think alike. But it's not revealed, So they plan the figure and they design it. The design part, I have to give props to everyone that works on transforming stuff, even third party. I don't like third party companies because they're lazy and they're doing things that they haven't created. Like I'm sure if a good third party company came out with an original character or design, I think there's like a third party Computron that doesn't look like Computron that I think Ball Matrix reviewed. If they do something like that, they don't have to rely on Transformers, because everyone loves robots. Kids love robots. As a kid, I loved the solar system. I loved dinosaurs. I loved the robots. I loved the space shuttle. I loved the trains. So all that stuff people love. And if you give people that, they'll love it. So robots, as long as they're cool, you could you could sell robots. So third-party companies, cut it out, be inventive. But I would give them credit that they're designers, and the Hasbro designers and everyone that works on transforming robots. That's it's complex process that's I can't even do. But kudos on you guys. I love seeing well-designed robots. so so they plan them, and then they design them, and then they put them in the 3D computer, and they sketch them. Okay, they put them in the 3D computer. I For this video, this live stream, let me see. Maybe I could do it. I might get a YouTube copyright, but I did save a couple of videos. Wait, let me remove this. I'm going to remove this, and then I'm going to go to my watch later. There's a couple of toy making videos that I found. What is it? This is great audio. Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna mute it so I don't get a copyright strike or. Come on. Great. Sorry, I'm having trouble with YouTube. It's processing. All right, I stopped the video, now I'm muting it. And let me see. Come on, don't start now. I'm gonna start it. And then I'll switch here. This is horrible. So full screen. This is a video I found about, I have the subtitles, about what it goes into making an action figure to look like a person. This video is from, I think it's, I don't know, shoot. It's from Insider. So this is really cool how they use technology to make action figures. You can see the process that they go through. They have to go out, pick out paint, they sculpt it, and then that's Hasbro Marvel Senior Design Manager Dwight Stahl. This is the part that I was surprised by. I thought they would put people into like a scanning machine, but basically they use pictures as a reference, and in the computer they'll fix the 3D model to make it look more like the actor. Meanwhile, I'm thinking they put like a guy in the 3D booth and scanned him. They're talking about Star Wars, how now Mark Hamill doesn't look like he used to. So they use that process that I just mentioned of using pictures and the computer to make them look like the actor, which is really cool. I don't know what school you have to go to, but I'm sure you have to go to school to get this job. I just graduated high school. I didn't go to college, so I'm screwed. Unless I know Jesse Falcon was a customizer and a comedian before he started working at Toy Biz. Now he works for Hasbro because Hasbro bought Toy Biz. So here's an employee, Laura Jones, Star Wars model artist for Hasbro. She's working on the Han Solo figure, which Han Solo is, I think, my favorite character. He's a lot of people's favorite character from Star Wars. So she's talking about like sometimes they have to refine the model, the 3D model, to make it look better. All right, so this video is pretty long, so I'm going to stop it. But it's interesting. If you want to look it up, if you're listening to this, the video is called "How Hasbro Makes Action Figures Look Just Like Movie Stars." It's from, the channel is Insider. So, well, the video is almost done, but it's getting late. It's 10:21. And remove that from the stream. So they plan and they design the figures, and then with Transformers they 3D sketch and print them. Which, let me interrupt you guys with that video. I just hit the back button. Back. That's what I tell the house dog when I want him to get back inside the house. All right, so I'm on my YouTube channel. There's a video that came out a few years ago. I think a little before Combiner Wars. This is a video from Gizmodo. All right, so I'm gonna add it to the stream, and now I'm gonna play it. So this is how they do Transformers inside Hasbro's model shop. The video is called "Where the Toys Come From" inside Hasbro's model workshop. So this is way before the days of Warden, I believe, because there's a lot of toys here, but most of the Transformers that they show are from Transformers Prime. And look at that, Dark of the Moon. Those are the different types of prototypes: sculpted wax and VSP. There's Elmo, and you can see his interior skeleton, which looks like the thing's nightmares. They're taking too long to get to the Transformers. Oh, here we go. So here's a Mark Mayer, a model artist. His Generations Metroplex. He was painting Transformers Prime Predaking. So that's the prototype. He has a sheet with the paint that they have to apply to the figure, like the paint colors. And like I said, each color there is money. Less color, less money. But this is the prototype. He's a fan of the Decepticons. And here's a wall full of toys. All right, let me stop this. There were no subtitles for that. And let me just remove from the stream. StreamYard is pretty cool. I tried doing something like that on OBS and XSplit, and it would crash. But I'm looking at my phone here where I'm delayed, and it seems to be working fine. I still have 2 people in the stream, so that's great. So after that, they sketch the figure and then they 3D print it. Then they have to paint it like you guys saw. They get it to a paint artist and the artist paints the prototype to the colors that he should have. Then they send it out. They have to print out the pieces, and like a model kit, they take them off the sprues and they put the figures together. Someone has to design the packaging. With current packaging, it's a cardboard box outside, and it has plastic window and a plastic tray on the inside, which is money. I've heard that the most expensive part of an action figure is the packaging, not the paint, not the sculpting. The sculpting is actually free, I guess, which I like. When I see a figure and it doesn't have greeble, but it is well sculpted, that you could see like vents here and like tire markings here, and it's well detailed. That's awesome. I love that, and that's free because it's hey Chipper, what's up? Chipper Williams. Just chilling like a villain. That's a horrible it was a horrible campaign. Chilling like a felon. What the hell? Anyway, I love that the detail in a sculpt. They could go to the max with it because all that's done in a computer. I think the most expensive part of doing the sculpt is paying the artist for being there every day and putting minutia. But if it were up to me, you could sell me a grayscale action figure and I'd be happy. Like a Voyager Starscream, all gray, just a Seeker for $10, and you could buy markers to paint them with. That's awesome. They did come out with, Hasbro did come out like a Stormtrooper helmet that was all white, and they would put in like 4 markers so you could paint it and customize it. So something like that with Transformers, with an articulated Transformer, would be nice. So like a Gundam model kit, they take the pieces, they have the employees in the factory, and they take them off sprues, actual sprues, and then they put them together. I'd like to see the process of that, because with Power of the Primes, it was easier for me to take the figures apart. But starting with Siege, a lot of these figures don't have ball joints, they have pins. So they're tougher to take apart, but I'm sure they're also tougher to put together. So once they do that, they put them in the most expensive part of the toy, the packaging. With Kingdom, they're gonna make I thought they were gonna get rid of the plastic window, but they're actually gonna leave the window but make it smaller, and they're gonna get rid of the tray, the plastic tray, and just I think it's like a Studio Series backdrop they're gonna put in there, and they're gonna twisty tie the figure to the cardboard backdrop. So it'll be easier to recycle, and it's supposed to be less expensive. But I'll probably find the article and post it somewhere, maybe my Instagram, about Hasbro telling the investors that they're going to pass the savings to the investors. The prices are going to go up for us with Kingdom, and it looks like they are going up. The new industry standard for 6-inch figures is $24.99, and I saw that on an advertisement for Gundam Universe for the Gundam 6-inch figures, which I do have some. I'm collecting some. I still need the Strike Gundam, but I'm kind of like looking at it. Maybe it'll go on sale at Target, or if I see it at Walgreens, I'll use it to redeem some points. So after that, they package it and they ship the figure. These guys, this is the Siege Galaxy guy, says made in Vietnam. So he ships from Vietnam. And the RED guys are also made in Vietnam. I think most of the Transformers figures are made in Vietnam. So they ship from there on a boat. Chipper Williams asks, he's thinking of pre-ordering War for Cybertron Cyclonus. What do I think of that figure from the pics? The face is kind of weird. I think he has a blur syndrome where his face is a little too long, but besides that, he looks good. I like him. I was mentioning about pre-orders before, Chipper. You weren't here. I'm only pre-ordering from Amazon, and I'm sure since he's part of Wave 1, he'll probably start showing up online or offline around the end of December into January. Hopefully online, but the release date for toys, according to me, is December. But usually around the end of December, the new stuff starts showing up. But I wouldn't pre-order him. I would wait, since he's not exclusive to anybody. He's just part of Kingdom. And Evangelist mentioned that the first wave of any line usually lingers. Like, it's easy to get an Ironworks or a Hoist, maybe Wheeljack if you're lucky, maybe Cliff Jumper. But Ironworks is still there. And Macy's has Hoist on sale for like $15. So just wait, Chipper. If it's an exclusive, then yeah, maybe pre-order them. But Cyclonus is an exclusive to Kingdom. I mean, or any other stores. So after these guys get on the boat from Vietnam, they they end up in the West Coast. They end up in California, because if you think of the map, Vietnam is here, like next to Japan and Asia. And the quickest way for them to get stuff to the States would be over the Pacific Ocean, not the other way, over Europe, and then the Atlantic Ocean, then to New York. It's from Vietnam over the Pacific to the West Coast, usually California. So that's when people start getting stuff or start looking. They start showing sightings like, oh my gosh, we got Runabout. And if you click, I don't know why people don't do this. It annoys me to high heaven on Facebook. People don't put where they're located. You don't have to say this is my address, but at least say I live in Texas. I live in New York. I live in Washington. So I usually get a gist from where they're from, if it's the East Coast or the West Coast. Like when Blue Streak first showed up, I think he showed up in a Walgreens in Kentucky. Walgreens is weird like that. I think they're more coordinated. It's like we got to release okay, let's spread out all the exclusives. All right, they're all spread out. Everybody is spread out? Yes, go. Release the exclusives. They show up everywhere. But Target is like, oh, you got them? Just put them out. Put them out. So the toys start showing up from the West Coast to the East Coast. And then they have to put them on trucks and stuff. So packaging and shipping is the last thing, and then the delivery and selling. Um, the cost of a figure is way below what people might think. When I was into Sigma 6, somebody, I won't mention who, but he knows Hasbro. Somebody told me that the Sigma 6 figures, the big guys with the collapsing canisters, that they were being sold to Toys R Us for like $3, $4 each. And then they were being sold by Toys R Us for about 15 bucks. So that's their profit. So it's making an action figure is not expensive, but adding things to the action figure makes them more expensive. So, and that's what happens with the price. Like Overwatch figures are showing up for $5.99. Five Below's had them for $5.99, and the closeout store here has them for $5.99 also. So that's, I think that is, there's still profit there. Think about it. Those stores they probably bought the stock for cheap, like maybe $2 a figure, $1 a figure, and they're selling them for $5 to make money. So the cost of making a figure is cheap. It is a little cheap, but then when they calculate the factors, it adds up. It makes this Voyager Optimus Prime into a leader price point. Or this guy, the red figures are 20 bucks here in the States, but in Canada they're like $30. I mentioned before, I think Hasbro has to change its pricing, because basically what they're doing is they're translating their $20 price to Canadian. I don't know. Cheaper toys, please. Because if the toy industry is dying and the collectors are keeping it alive, most of the collectors are going to start dying, and then who's going to buy the toys? You guys got to figure out something. I'm thinking go digital with your action figures, but somebody, I don't know who's going to be the first to be like, hey, look, here's the 3D model of an action figure. Not today, Chipper. Sorry. Maybe after I'm done, I'm going to open their REDs, but I might take pictures of them. I don't know if I'm going to do a review. So that's it for the toy topic. I just want to let people know in the community that you have to be conscious. You have to factor in these things when you complain about an action figure. Like, see, Earthrise Ironhide doesn't have painted windows in the back. That's more money to get that painted. But to add something that makes the feet look like the back of a car, that's more money. Unless you're willing to pay, like with Studio Series Hot Rod, pay Voyager price for deluxe with some extra accessories, or Voyager price for deluxe with more paint apps. Unless you want that, then don't complain. And I don't want that. Like I said, I'd rather have a grayscaled figure in a plastic bag sold to me for $5. You imagine this grayscale in a Ziploc bag? It'd probably get stolen, but because packaging, besides looking good and advertising product, is also supposed to protect it. But me, I'm always for the cheaper option. Just give me what I want, cheaper, cheap, cheap. It's 10:39. Oh, thanks, Chipper. Chipper says my reviews are awesome. Thanks. When I started doing reviews, I would put my reviews under education, because what I wanted was to inform people. of the product. Eventually I saw people like Optibotimus and Sean Long and Shartimus, they would put their channel under entertainment. I'm like, they're not talking about celebrities or TV shows, but I guess they're entertaining people with their videos. So I changed my channel to entertainment, but still I'm not, no views. I mean, I still get some subscribers every once in a while, but I'd like to thank Review Spot for the shout out on my channel. I got like 3 subscribers. I hope they like my content. And so to end the night, I guess, is the toy topic. I got not the toy topic. The cost of a figure was the toy topic. This is a section I'd like to call Dear Hasbro. I'll probably make more of these, but for now, I only got 4 ideas. So, like I mentioned at the top of the video, that great minds think alike. There's probably someone in Hasbro doing the same thing, and they're like, uh-oh. So if they come out with if they come out with something like what I've expressed, I'm not gonna be like J. Michael Straczynski and say, you stole my stuff. I'm gonna be like, great minds think alike. I love that you're doing this. Now give it to me. I'd like to see Hasbro bring back more small figures like this. This is I don't know what it's called, but this is I would say in the before times, before Warden, this would be like a legend scale Optimus. When I started collecting in full, it was Transformers Cybertron, and they had a line of little guys like this that would transform into accurate looking versions of their Cybertron toys. My favorite one was the Starscream Sunstorm. That was a thing of beauty. I hope I still have it somewhere. But when I started collecting, I didn't care about organizing, so I just threw everything into a box. I did have a couple of auctions. I think I might have auctioned it off. Thanks. Chipper says, I've been watching your channel for 10 years. You're better than those guys. Thanks. I'd like to think so. I like Sean Long. I'm not subscribed to his channel. I see Shartimus's stuff show up like, I think he has like a Transformers tag in his videos, but he'll be talking about Marvel Legends and he'll show up when I put Transformers reviews in the YouTube search. So, but Sean Long, I've always liked him. He seems like a cool dude. I saw him at New York Comic Con a long time ago. He was taking pictures and I wanted to say hi, but I was like, he's busy, let me not bother him. But I'd like Hasbro to come back with these small little, I guess they're like, not $5. $5 is too much. Prime Master, $5, that's too much. $2 to $3. This is what this should cost. These little action figures. Like the ones from Transformers Cybertron. Not the ones from Cyberverse, which just half transform into something. Whoever thought of an idea like that, that was a bad idea, dude. Or dudette. That transforms by only half. I like the Windblade, but I half transforming. Ugh. Also, Hasbro, dear Hasbro, I'd like you guys to do a poll. I guess you got like your fan votes and stuff. But older figures that need to be released, like you guys did good with this. This is the clone package, the Biosphere Autobot clones. I couldn't get the car guy. His name's escaping me still. But I couldn't get the car guy. I was able to get Cloud Raker. But making him available, that's a great idea. That's good. Making a Counter Punch available again, that's also great. You know who you guys should make available again? Make a poll. Put a list of guys. I would put up Misfire. A lot of people didn't get Titans Return Misfire because he was part of a Tailender, along with Twin Twist. Those guys they're cool. I have only, can you believe it? I only have one Twin Twist. I could have gotten two, but I was like, nah, he'll show up somewhere, maybe a closeout store. Nope. Misfire I got. I found one in Forbidden Midtown Comics. Excuse me. I found one in Midtown Comics, and then I found one in a little store here in Brooklyn. But those guys go for way, way more than they should. And also, I've seen Perceptor. Perceptor, for a lot of people, is hard to get. And I put down here Sound Blaster, but they took Sound Blaster, they put a new sticker and got rid of his gunk, and now he's a Hasbro exclusive. But I don't know. He was like $40. I didn't pre-order him. I should have. Now that I'm thinking about it, because it's Hasbro Pulse, but I don't know. Maybe just a regular release of Sound Blaster. And these guys don't have to be Walmart or Target exclusive. They could be Hasbro Pulse. You guys, Hasbro, you could put on like Hasbro Pulse or the Retro Collection. Like, you see what you guys are doing with Walmart with the old-timey boxes and the Titan Return guys? Get rid of the old-timey boxes. Because you're tricking people too. People thought, hey, that's a G1 hardhead in there. Nope. Titans Return hardhead. So boxes don't matter. The figures do. Those Titan Returns guys should have been Twin Twist and Misfire. So do that. I'm sure people would want maybe more refractors. I know refractors been showing up at Ross's, but I don't have Ross here in New York. The next idea that I have that you guys can steal, Hasbro, 100% steal it. I mentioned this before. I think I want to call it G1 Redone, where you guys would take old toys like Sunstreaker, Sideswipe, modes that I guess they're expensive because maybe they're gone. Like Mirage, I own a Mirage because I heard that his mode is destroyed. And I've heard Grimlock's mode is destroyed. So you guys can do that, like a Wheeljack. These are the Generation 1 designs. They don't have to be updated. All you have to do, maybe make them bigger, make them smaller. You got they came out in Japan with the small little guys, but I think they weren't sold here because they were a choking hazard. Like little babies could eat Prow and die. And Prow would flip a table in their throats. But make them bigger then. Make them like those water bottle guys that you guys sell. And just give them G1 articulation. And make them out of plastic, everything. You don't have to do rubber tires. You don't have to do die cast thingies. Just plastic, oversized, simple packaging. They don't have to have G1 packaging. And and keep them cheap. The Cyber Battalion guys were $20, and Walgreens can't get rid of those guys enough. There's a sale on Transformers at Walgreens, 25% off. There's no seeds, there's no Earthrise, but those Cyber Battalion guys, they're staring at me and they're like, please take me home with you. And I'm like, dude, I already bought you guys twice. so do that. G1 we're done. It'll sell with the old people who want to get their kids into G1, and it'll be a simple play pattern for the kids. It won't be complicated like Transformers can get. And trust me, like first movie, 2007 Transformers, those things were complicated. Another thing you guys can do is papercraft. There are a lot of people that do papercraft. Chipper Williams says, yeah, those guys just disappeared. Yep. Misfire and Twin Twist. Along Windblade was easier for me because a lot of people didn't like her. And who's the other? Wolfwire. I love Wolfwire. But no one stocked him. I never saw him in that way. So papercraft, when you guys came out with the Pit of Judgment, you guys have a video showing how you designed the box to be like a pit. Release those plans. I don't have space, but if I did, I would make cardboard displays. I did a while back. I made what I wanted to be the hallway of the Lost Light with some boxes that I got from the USPS. I made a video. It's probably on my channel. I don't know what I called it, but it was a little skit. But you guys can come out with either the plans. I don't think if you guys sold the box, the Quintesson Pit of Judgment by itself, people would buy it. Although I do see on eBay people selling boxes for toys. Like, yeah, you could buy this box. And I'm like, why would I need an empty box? Why would I need an empty box for the two Seekers without the Seekers in it? That's dumb. But some people think it sells. So you guys could put out like maybe the blueprints. You could tell people, hey, if you want to make this bigger, you could scale it up. And if I had space, I would, like if I had my own house and a display room, instead of having them like on in a glass case on shelves, I would probably make cardboard dioramas and put them there. So you guys can do to paper crafts. Like I think there was a set of the Age of Extinction Dinobots that came with the Ark. You guys can release the plans of the Ark, so if like people wanna build it, they can. That would be blueprints for cardboard or paper, backgrounds or play sets. Like the Netflix guys, they're supposed to come with the backgrounds for Teletran 1. But if you can't get Skywarp, or if you can't get Megatron, you're missing a piece. If you can't get the refractor repaint, Scrap Face, if you can't get him, you're missing a piece. So just release plans so that people can build them. And finally, before I go, it's been an hour and 24 minutes. The last thing I want to mention is you could do Transformers customizers, where I already mentioned before, just a grayscale figure that you sell. It doesn't have to be a line. Could just be Optimus, right? Could just be Megatron or Galvatron or one figure. See how it does. Just a grayscaled figure put together. I guess maybe let people customize it, or you guys can start putting out paint markers like Gundam markers and let the fans customize them. So that's it. And you maybe when the world gets back to normal, you guys can have competitions where, hey, let's see how this guy customized his Optimus as opposed to this guy customizes Optimus. Creative types like me, we love messing around with stuff. Most of the stuff that I buy, I have plans for, but I don't have the time. I wish I had the time. But and, there's a lot of customizing types, especially even in Hasbro, even in the company. They're creative people that like doing stuff. So Transformers customizers would be great. I don't think it would work with another thing like G.I. Joe customizers or Overwatch. No, just Transformers. Try it with that, see how it goes. Like, I know that Red, the RED guys, this is an experiment. Me, I like these guys. I bought them. I want to buy more, even though I haven't opened these guys. I want to see what Cheetor and RC look like, but I'm still gonna buy them. And if they come in stock, I'll be like, just to check them out. I like Transformers because out of all the figures that I've collected, they're the only ones that can stand on their own. When Marvel Universe started getting rid of the little bases, that started to suck because they wouldn't stand. And the little piece of paper that looks like a comic book, it wasn't making the value better. So that's it. I think I've been streaming for an hour and 27 minutes. Chipper Williams asks, what's the latest figure I've customized? I painted a Starscream. I haven't finished painting them. I think maybe you might have seen them. I took a Starscream, an extra Starscream. I painted him white. I want to turn him into Nacelle, which was a BotCon exclusive. But the paint made all the joints tight, which is great. But it's also been flaking off. It's my first time using paint. It was spray paint. And I think it's matte paint. So it looks kind of cakey. But we'll see. First time might be the charm. I also took a blot, an extra blot I had, and painted them white for no reason. I tried to customize a blot for my fiance. She likes pink, so I was going to make a pink blot, but I couldn't get around to what colors would be what. But I think the white blot reminds me a lot of the Celia from the Seacons from Beast Wars 2 second. But I like the color. They're colors that I like, but I'll never wear. White, I like. Hey, action figure expert. Hello. How are you doing? He asked, or she asked. I'm doing fine. Almost ending the stream, so you're gonna have to go back and listen to it. What is he talking about? So I like, these are colors I'll wear. I like, but I won't wear. I like white because like white is a simple. Transformers that are white, like Jazz or Run Amok, are easy to customize in my mind. Like when you panel line them, that all shows. I'm never gonna panel line Trailbreaker because it's black. I like the color yellow or beige, but they're too, it's too bright. So when they get dirty, it notices right away. So I usually wear like dark colors. I got this Transformers Soundwave shirt that's light blue, but I wouldn't wear this to go outside because it'll get dirty. Like I'll rub against the wall. And, yeah. I like yellow, white, beige. um, People have told me because of my complexion, I'm a mulatto, that pink, it looks good on me. I think pink and yellow look great together. But yeah, I'm lost. So I'm going to end the stream with Dear Hasbro. A lot of people say, Hasbro, why don't you listen to your customers? They have the numbers. If red doesn't sell, they're going to stop and they're going to say, no more of this. There was a line called Zevos, Xevos, Zevos. It was like a role-playing game that came with cards and these snap figures. Those figures were the most awesome thing in the world. But the line died. I bought them because they were at a closeout store for like $5. Chipper Williams says, later, Aries. You guys, if it's too late, you can always come back and watch the video or listen to the stream or the podcast when they put it on the podcast. I'll mention all that at the end. But I know it's Thursday night. People have to go to work. It's late. I'm off, so I can be up this late. But I try to be early. Gotbot was on earlier, and my fiance was working, so she has to talk to people, so I can't be here talking, and she'll be here talking. And then when we finish, we get food. So even at 9:30, I was kind of like scrambling to finish my food and then like prepare my topic. So so I'm gonna say goodbye for now. So the places you can find me the most is Instagram, Aries0083. There's also in the video description for this video, there should be a list of links. When I post on Instagram, I usually share it to Twitter and to Facebook. I like interacting with people on Facebook because it gives me time to come back to my answer. I don't like instant messaging. Like if someone says something and I have to respond back, I'm kind of weird. I like to think what I'm gonna say first. I'm kind of careful with my spur of the moment. Like even talking, if I think I'm gonna say a bad word out, I got my own filter. That's weird. So on Facebook, I don't have to react right away. So that's why I like it. Twitter is a cesspool, but I'm still there. I occasionally go there. But like if someone's being toxic and someone retweets their toxic tweet, it's weird. Like you'll see tweets of people that you're not following because you're following someone that's following them. I don't know. It's a weird. So I'm on Instagram, Aries0083, Twitter, Aries0083, and Facebook. My Facebook is john.classified.5, and then I have a page, Aries0083. I do have two Facebooks, but the one that I use for fan interactions is John Carlo Cruz. So it's usually, right now I have a picture of me, but I usually have a picture of something like a robot or, which that's another thing I don't like. Like if you're going to ask to friend me, you should have at least pictures on your profile. If at most a picture of you, if anything, a picture of stuff you like. Because people, we don't really take pictures of ourselves a lot. Like we'll take pictures of other things, but not of us. Because if we did, we'd be vain. It has to be like, oh, look at how hot I look. But your profile should look like you're not gonna spam me with something like, hey, buy my book, or join my website, or look at my OnlyFans. So if you're gonna friend me or on Facebook, let me know that you're a fan. I think Instagram and Twitter, you could just follow people. They don't have to accept that you follow them. But Facebook is a different game. A lot of weirdos out there. So I'm Aries 83, and see you later, carburetor, your catchphrase. Bye.